In a crowded railway station, filled with noise and movement, there lived a beggar. Every day he survived the same way, by stretching out his hand and asking passengers for alms as they waited for their trains. Some ignored him. Some gave small coins. Most walked past without looking at him. One afternoon, he noticed a well-dressed businessman stepping onto the platform. The man wore an elegant suit. His posture was confident. His presence commanded respect. The beggar thought, "This man must be wealthy. If I ask him, he will surely give me a generous amount." He approached him and extended his hand. But instead of reaching for his wallet, the businessman looked directly into his eyes and asked, "Do you only take from others? Have you ever given anything to anyone?" The beggar froze. No one had ever asked him that before. "Sir," he replied nervously, "I am just a beggar. I survive by asking. I have nothing to give." The businessman gave a small, calm smile. "If you believe you have nothing to offer," he said, "then you also have no right to expect anything in return. I am a businessman. I believe in exchange. If you can offer something, I can give you something. But if you have nothing, I cannot give you anything." Then he boarded his train and left. The beggar stood still as the noise of the station swallowed the moment. But the words stayed. If you want to receive, you must first give. That night, he could not sleep. For the first time, he wasn't thinking about hunger. He was thinking about value. What can I give? Am I truly empty? For 2 days, he didn't beg. He just observed. He watched people rushing, trading, buying, selling. Everywhere he looked, exchange, value for value. On the 3rd day, something caught his eye. Near the railway tracks, wildflowers bloomed in bright colors. Simple, beautiful, free. An idea formed. He picked a small bundle of flowers and returned to his usual spot. This time, when someone gave him a coin, he smiled and handed them a flower in return. At first, people looked surprised. Then they smiled. Some even thanked him. Days passed. Something remarkable happened. Donations increased. People began approaching him, but he noticed a pattern. Whenever he ran out of flowers, the money slowed down. The lesson became clear. People don't like giving out of pity. They like receiving value. One afternoon, he saw the businessman again sitting by the train window. Excited, he ran up. "Sir," he said confidently, "today I have something to offer. If you give me money, I will give you flowers in return." The businessman smiled, handed him cash, and accepted the flowers. "You have understood," he said. "Today, you are no longer a beggar. You are a businessman." Those words changed everything. A businessman. The former beggar stood there as the train pulled away. For years he had seen himself as helpless, small, dependent. But now he saw something different. He wasn't receiving money out of sympathy. He was earning it. That day he left the railway station, not as a beggar, but as a trader. 6 months later, 2 well-dressed men met again at the same station. They shook hands. "You look familiar?" one said. "Yes," the other replied with a smile. "We've met twice before. Once when I begged from you, and once when I sold you flowers." The businessman stared in disbelief. "You're the beggar?" "Not anymore," the man said proudly. I now run a successful flower business. I'm traveling to expand it." The businessman nodded slowly. "What changed you?" he asked. The former beggar answered calmly, "You taught me that we only receive when we give. I thought I was poor, but I wasn't. I just hadn't decided to offer value." They shook hands again, this time as equals. Here's the psychology behind this story. Your life changes the moment your identity changes. If you see yourself as powerless, you behave that way. If you see yourself as valuable, you start creating value. The world doesn't reward need, it rewards contribution. So ask yourself honestly, what are you offering? What problem are you solving? What value are you creating? Because the day you stop asking, "Why doesn't life give me more?" and start asking, "What can I give?" that's the day your future shifts. This is Psychology Tales, where stories expose the truths we try to avoid. If this lesson made you think, share it with someone who feels stuck. And remember, you don't rise by wishing. You rise by becoming.